let me show you a quick little thing as hero. Actually, I'll do it on an actual stage. Do this one. We'll do this one for the clickbait. Okay, so like, let's test this thing. So like that kind of angle with the forward tilt, that's very good at like setting up for jab blocks. Hang on, I'll make him a little lower percent so it'll be easier to do. Like that angle, it's so good because like a lot of people will try to mash out of it, right? Or they'll try to like jump out of the hit stun, or if they DI downward, or like away or anything. If they DI in any way that isn't up, then they're forced into a tech situation. And a lot of people aren't expecting to tech it. So that's just, first of all, that's not what it is, but that's just the theory that goes behind it. So I'm basically showing you like this is a practical way to set up a jab lock. So what I would always do is I would always do like this and hope for a crit. Which of course never happens. It never happens when you want it to. Right? But something that I learned, watch this. You can do that. You can literally mash the fuck out of the B button and you will get a buffered like Kafrizzle. And that's really good for me because I was always the one who I would do that at the start of the match and then never touch the B button again. So to have something on your reserve to, I don't know, to actually be able to kill off of a jab block reliably, I think that's the coolest thing ever, personally. I'm using 2 controllers. See? You can counter it. I don't know why. But there's like, basically, you'll notice with, if I shield this, see that hit effect? Like between Jigglypuff and Corrin? That's a hitbox. That's a thing that you're countering. There's like 3 of them. See that? You're countering that. Yeah, multiple hitboxes. It has 3 and it'll only put you to sleep during those times. Now, there's another one that I want to show you, and it's this one. So, watch this. See that? I don't know why, but it's that same kind of, it's the same exact kind of property. So, like, you'll see that Corrin is, like, when you shield, you recognize that same effect that, like, Jigglypuff had, right? Like, you see it on the right side of the shield. Like, that just, the little shields being hit effect. So that's what you're countering. Even though there's no water coming out, it's the same kind of premise. I don't know why it's made like that, but if you wanted any sort of rationale into like how it's consistent, well, there you go. I see a mosh pit forming as we speak. See, look at that. See, I like that setup because what happens there is a lot of the time people want to DI the kick. You know, they want to DI the kick just on its own. They don't really expect you to let go of the, you know, the pin part of things. So people like buffer the DI, and then you can catch them on the buffer DI as they, well, as a roll option. When Cloud is charging limit, right? Look at the very bottom. Look at his gauge. It goes down if you hit him, right? And then it goes back up if you hit him again. But right? That just is what it is. If we put him to like 100% or so. Okay, if you grab him, watch. If you grab him, look at the pummels. They make him lose a lot more percent, or a lot more limit. And I thought that was really cool. I never would have thought that the pummels would have done it. I thought like it would have just stopped the limit altogether. But that's actually a solid way of like stopping Cloud from getting limit. Like, let's say 69, that's a reasonable percent. So let's say, you know, Cloud up smashes. You know, that happens. And then let's say... Look at how much meter Cloud lost! That's nuts. You can actually get rid of a fair amount of limit there. And not only that, but then you're dealing with a Cloud who doesn't have much limit, or not enough to like get a full limit gauge, and then you have a Wolf that can just like F-tilt or down smash or whatever his heart desires. So that's actually really good. That's actually really practical. But, okay. Let's see if I can demonstrate this. Okay, yes, I can. So, under normal circumstances, right? So let me just... Hang on. Let me kill Nana. So under normal circumstances, right? Here's what the Lloyd Rocket looks like. Okay, it does 8.4, and it's, you know, it's nothing too impactful, right? It's whatever. Okay. Now, focus on Nana here. So we know that it does 8.4 to Popo, but look at Nana. Notice how she gets sent flying further? Look at the damage counter, 15.1. Okay? So there are two hitboxes. There's the actual explosion, and there's the Lloyd hitting someone. And the explosion is the one that Nana's getting hit by, but the normal hit is the one that Popo's getting hit by. So you can tell because they're stacking up, and Nana's obviously flying a lot further than Popo is. Right? So, there's no, like... The middle ground between these two moves is kind of ridiculous. Like, the explosion is very strong. There, now Popo got hit by it. The explosion is very strong. See, and now Nana's not going flying that far, even though she's a higher percent, we know that. Now she is. It's a tragedy, there's no middle ground. The initial... Let me... die. Like this? This is pathetic. It just does like 8.4, you're probably never gonna die to it, you have nothing to worry about, right? Even if I put Nana, or Popo up to, let's say like 200%. Okay, 222. Look at that! It won't even kill on FD. But like... What happened to Nana there? I feel like that's more in tune with what the Lloyd Rocket should have been. Or at the very least, at least have a middle ground. Not like, you know, the one hit. So like against most characters, you won't be able to focus on that, right? Because most characters don't have a mana. Most characters will just get hit by this, and then nothing else happens. So you don't have anything to worry about with the move. But if you ride it, then you get the explosion. But that's only if you ride it, and riding it is like super committal. Because like, if I ride it and I miss, oh no! Look at that. So, yeah, just lessons with Vapor right here.